Coming up on DITV, we show you an incredible Mars rover made by the UI Robotics Club.
And later, Iowa lawmakers signed a bill to prevent Iowa students from being treated unfairly.
I have more from this weekend's UWW World Cup.
And we tell you about one Hawkeye earning conference recognition.
Is this week going to be as bright as my shirt? Find out more in this week's weather.
All that and more coming up on this Tuesday morning edition of DITV.
Don't go anywhere. DITV starts right now. Good morning and thank you for tuning in. I'm Christopher Cervantes.
And I'm Alexis Tansey.
The FBI has raided the office of Michael Cohen, a personal lawyer and confidant of President Donald Trump. The U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York requested the search earlier this year. Cohen admitted to setting up a limited liability company to Stormy Daniels in 2016. She's the woman who claims to have had an affair with Trump a decade ago. That payment was said to be hush money, but the White House has denied Daniels' allegations.
A deadly fire occurred at Trump Tower in New York this weekend. The fire happened on the 50th floors of the high-rise. It left 67-year-old Todd Brassner dead and 6 firefighters injured. Officials say there was not a working smoke alarm in the apartment. President Trump and his family resided in the same tower previous to his presidency.
This week, members of the University of Iowa Muslim Student Association are hosting events for Islam Awareness Week. Tonight at 7 p.m., a play entitled Muslims in Iowa will run at Hansher Auditorium. The play focuses on the experiences of Muslims and will be free and open to the public. A variety of Muslim culture-oriented events will be set up around campus until Friday. The association created events to eliminate the misconception about Muslim culture and spread information about the religion. Check out Julia Diocomo's article in today's issue of the Daily Iowan for more.
The search continues for a missing teen in LaPorte City, Iowa. Blackhawk County authorities say those looking to help should look for a 16-year-old named Jake Wilson. The search began at the LaPorte City Fire Station at 8 a.m. The search will be focused around 6 to 7 miles where Wilson was last seen. As of today, there is no sign of criminal activity associated with the disappearance.
It's Research Week for the College of Engineering. Yesterday, one campus group showcased a machine made for Mars. DITV's Kaylin Cluck has the story.
This incredible machine is more than ready to roll. For the past 4 years, the University of Iowa Robotics Club has been working on a Mars Rover prototype. It has an autonomous, self-adjusting driving system.
So it can go up like that, climbing over rocks, absolutely no problem, keeping the entire rover completely balanced.
And a special arm for collecting dirt samples, so it can search for water on its own and test the climate of a distant planet.
The humidity, water, temperature, soil temperature, and just anything else that we would need to find.
On Monday afternoon, the Robotics Club showed off their latest version of the prototype at the Siemens Center.
And to see it come from what we've done before to what we have now, the progress that we've made is just astronomical.
They've done it all with a budget of $8,000 and a widely skilled team of about 30 people.
Because it's amazing when you're working on an engineering project like this, there's a lot of different minds coming together.
Mechanical engineers, software engineers, electrical engineers, biologists, physicists, and just so many more type of majors.
The prototype is made to compete against others from around the world in an intense competition held in a Utah desert. While they weren't one of the 10 U.S. teams to make it in this year, the club is still so proud of this rover.
I don't know how to describe it, but it's just so exciting that we're this far, and to know that what we've done this year will help them out so much next year, and that we leave behind this progress and legacy and this foundation for them to move on further and eventually get into the competition.
They even let me try driving it, and I'm happy to report driving a Rover is much cooler than driving a remote control car. Reporting from the Siemens Center, this is Kaylin Cluck, DITV News.
Chris, that was a great story and a really cool opportunity for University of Iowa students.
It really was, and I'm so jealous that Kaylin got to drive the Rover. But you know what they say, if the Rover can survive an Iowa winter, it can survive the surface of Mars. Let's toss over to Jahisha in the weather studio where she has more.
Yes, this week did seem to present more downs than ups, but at last we finally get to see that instance of that big, beautiful sun. As today we are graced with 51 degrees before falling to a cooler 35 degrees in the evening. Then looking at our extended forecast, the sun does begin to play hide and seek with us, as this week, Wednesday, presents more of that partly cloudy weather. However, we should be more focused on that mid-60s heat we've all been craving, and finally appreciate that spring warmth before cooling to a respectable 47 degrees. Then Thursday, the sun is even more generous, as we are blessed with that 70-degree weather as we enjoy a warm 71 degrees before settling to a lovely 57 degrees in the evening. Nevertheless, Friday, we do get hit hard as the weather bites back with thunderstorms and wind, along with that mid-70-degree weather before seeing us out with a brisk 51 degrees at night. Then as we kick off the weekend, the clouds resort back to their old ways as we have to become accustomed to that rain-snow combination for another weekend in a row. As Saturday, we significantly drop to 54 degrees before lowering to a chilly 31 degrees. Then signing off the week, we see a vastly colder day on Sunday with a high of 38, along with the rain, before dropping to a further 26 degrees in the evening. So we do start off the week strong and bright, but we do see the weekend struggle to hold up its end of the bargain. However, it is a start. So everybody have a wonderful week, and back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Shahisha. Just Monday, Iowa lawmakers signed a bill that will prevent Iowa students from being treated unfairly by school officials if their parents owe lunch money. The bill would prevent Iowa schools from lunch-shaming tactics, such as publicly naming the students whose parents owe money. School policies vary on whether students still receive meals, but the bill is now just waiting to be signed off by Governor Kim Reynolds and would be effective immediately.
During our Monday morning broadcast, there were technical difficulties that would sadly not allow us to air a package. Well, we just thought it was too good a story to pass up. Here's Samantha Ostwick with her story on how Film Scene raised awareness around the miracle season.
Film Scene, located in downtown Iowa City, hosted the Brain Injury Alliance in honor of their screening of the miracle season. The story of Caroline Found's tragic death that occurred when her moped crashed and she wasn't wearing a helmet. Film Scene co-sponsored the event to have free helmet fittings and give away free helmets to prevent future accidents that could be protected with a proper fitting helmet. Director of Development Jen Knight spoke to me about the importance of helmets.
The most important thing you can do to prevent brain injury or even death when you're riding a bike or you're riding a scooter is to wear a helmet. So at the Brain Injury Alliance of Iowa, we're really interested in preventing brain injury because it's the only way to cure brain injury is to not get one in the first place.
When finding the perfect fitting helmet, you want to check that it doesn't rock forward, backwards, or side to side. The helmet should sit 2-finger width above the eyebrow, and the strap should be snug yet comfortable. Remy's parents were happy when they found the right fitting helmet for their daughter.
Heard through her contact, which is Kathy Brezhnehan, Caroline's coach, that this was going on and Remy needed a helmet. We thought it'd be great to come down and find a good helmet.
Film Scene will be donating a portion of the ticket sales from the film to the Brain Injury Alliance of Iowa. From Film Scene, I'm Samantha Ostwick for DITV News.
Thanks, Samantha, and I gotta say, I'm so happy we were able to run that package today.
That's right, Chris. It was a really good message. But sadly, we have to move on. Let's toss it over to our sports studio where they have more on Hawkeye Sports.
Thanks, guys. But before we get to Hawkeye Sports, we do have some international news.
Yeah, I heard the USA team played pretty well at the wrestling meet.
That's right. This past weekend, Carver Hawkeye Arena played host to the biggest tournament the wrestling world has to offer, highlighted by the United States, Azerbaijan, Japan, and Cuba. Team USA ultimately came out on top, defeating Azerbaijan in the gold medal match by a score of 6-4. I was there on Sunday to watch the Americans claim their first title since 2003, and it got pretty emotional. Take a look.
The United States played host to the rest of the world in the 2018 UWW World Cup this weekend in what turned out to be a dominating performance from Team USA.
The team did a great job. Wrestled hard. We knew Azerbaijan was going to be very good, and we knew it was going to be a tough match, and it was. I think our guys wrestled pretty well, and yeah, I'm real happy. I'm happy for them, and happy for USA to bring the cup back.
And on the biggest stage wrestling has to offer, Team USA took home the gold and won their first World Cup since 2003. The country of Iran had won the 5 previous World Cups but Iran and Russia weren't able to make the trip due to government sanctions, which Team USA found disappointing.
I wish Iran and Russia could have been here. It was very important for us to have those guys compete here, especially with Iran being the reigning champs for, I believe, 5 years in a row. But, you know, we did what we can, and we were prepared, and we were here, ready for this moment.
Kyle Dake highlighted the tournament for Team USA, going a perfect 4-4 on the weekend.
You know, this is a crazy atmosphere. You know, it's packed to the gills. Hopefully, next time we have it here, it'll be even more people. So the crowd's amazing, and they're great for the sport. And for me as a competitor, you know, I love wrestling here.
And it all ended with Team USA taking home the gold medals and lifting the cup.
You want to win a World Cup? Just come wrestle for America. That's what we do. We win big matches, we win World Cup titles.
Olympic gold medalist Jordan Burroughs already pretty excited about his team's performance there.
Yeah, it's always great to see the USA team do really well.
That's right. And now we'll switch over to Hawkeye sports. Following sweeping Wisconsin this season, one player on the Iowa softball team has earned conference honors. Pitcher Allison Ducey was named Big Ten Pitcher of the Week.
Ducey recorded for the Badgers. She allowed 10 hits and walked 18 in 14 innings pitched over this weekend. On Saturday, Ducey allowed just one hit in her third shutout of the season. She ranks second in the Big Ten with a 1.36 ERA and third with 147 strikeouts on the season.
This is Ducey's second Pitcher of the Week award and her third weekly conference honor of her career.
Ducey and the rest of the softball team will face Nebraska in a doubleheader today in Lincoln. Here's what head coach Marla Looper had to say about the team's matchup today.
Need to go in offensively and attack, and then the pitchers will continue to work on pounding the zone. And as soon as we start putting on runners for free, you know, Ducey had 4 walks today. Shaw had a few the day before. Ducey had a few, and we got to eliminate those. But you know, part of that is the hitters being picky and selective. And Nebraska's got a really good offensive ball club, and they swing a good bat, but I think we also can fool them a little bit. And so we've got to be able to go in and play our game and not be too consumed with them, but know how we can adjust and attack when we have the opportunity.
Softball will be back in Iowa City this weekend when they face conference foe Minnesota. You can catch the first pitch Friday night at 5 p.m. at Bob Pearl Field.
Now the Iowa soccer team has a new inductee to a Hall of Fame. Assistant coach Ray Tenskovich was inducted to the University of North Georgia Athletics Hall of Fame on Sunday.
Tanaskovich ranks 7th all-time in conference history in goals against average and holds the school record for career saves.
Tanaskovich was named to the National Soccer Coaches Association of American All-Southeast Region team in 2009.
Well, congratulations to Tanaskovich on this achievement, and their Iowa soccer program certainly is lucky to have him.
Yes, definitely. Now that's all we have for you in the sports studio. Back to you guys at the desk.
A Grammy-winning artist famous for their song Jesse's Girl will be making their way to Coralville this summer. Singer Rick Springfield will be playing a free concert in St. Morrison Park.
This July 3rd concert is part of the 2018 4th Festival, and it's part of Coralville's long-standing 4th of July celebrations. Other events will include a parade, fireworks, and a carnival. Alexis, I have to ask you, are you thinking about going?
I think it sounds fun.
Oh, me too. Hopefully I have the money to do so.
Yeah, I agree. But that's all we have for you on this Tuesday morning edition of DITV.
Be sure to head over to dailyiowan.com for all the latest news between Monday and Friday.
And if that isn't enough of the Daily Iowan for you, be sure to check out our print edition of the news on Stands Now.
For DITV, I'm Christopher Cervantes.
And I'm Alexis Tanzi. Have a great day, Iowa City, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Same time, same place.